ignore the camera.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be with you this morning. I didn't mean for this to be a show. I just wanted to be here with whoever wanted to come, as near as we could get to the 170th anniversary of Elder Orson Hyde's dedicating the Holy Land for the return of the children of Israel, for what he called the descendants of Abraham. So an inclusive prayer that he offered. And I brought with me a copy of the prayer, and we're gathered here in the garden on the side of the Mount of Olives that has been created to memorialize this event. We don't know if this is where Elder Hyde was, but he said that he climbed the Mount of Olives and offered a prayer, and that he brought with him paper and pen, and so he recorded the prayer at the same time or on the same day that he offered it on October 24th, 1841, so 170 years ago tomorrow morning. He said he got up early in the morning. I rose from sleep a good while before day and went out of the city as soon as the gates were opened, crossed the brook Kedron, and went upon the Mount of Olives, and there in solemn silence, with pen, ink, and paper, just as I saw in the vision, offered up the following prayer to him who lives forever and ever. So we don't have a lot of the details, but from the snippets that we have, it's clear that Elder Hyde had received a blessing almost a decade earlier from his trip to Jerusalem from Joseph Smith, prophesying that he would come to this land. And it's also clear that while he was still in the United States, he had envisioned the Mount of Olives and envisioned himself on it. And so spiritual experiences and callings had prepared the way for him. I thought it'd be fun to read the prayer, and I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm going to start it, and then people get really bored, we'll quit. But it says, O thou who art from everlasting to everlasting, eternally and unchangeably the same, even the God who rules in the heavens above and controls the destinies of men on the earth, wilt thou not condescend through thine infinite goodness and royal favor to listen to the prayer of thy servant, which he this day offers up unto thee in the name of thy holy child Jesus, upon this land where the Son of Righteousness sat in blood, and thine anointed one expired. Be pleased, O Lord, to forgive all the follies, weaknesses, vanities, and sins of thy servant, meaning himself, Orson Hyde, and strengthen him to resist all future temptations. Give him prudence and discernment that he may avoid the evil, and a heart to choose the good. Give him fortitude to bear up under trying and adverse circumstances, and grace to endure all things for thy name's sake, until the end shall come, when all the saints shall rest in peace. Now, O Lord, thy servant has been obedient to the heavenly vision which thou gavest him in his native land, and under the shadow of thine outstretched arm he has safely arrived in this place, to dedicate and consecrate this land unto thee, beloved Son, Jesus Christ, to remove the barrenness and sterility of this land, and let springs of living water break forth to water its thirsty soil. Let the vine and the olive produce in their strength, and the fig tree bloom and flourish. Let the land become abundantly fruitful, and all the glory and honor we will ascribe unto God and the Lamb forever and ever. Amen. And then he says, on the top of Mount Olives I erected a pile of stones as a witness according to the ancient custom. On what was anciently called Mount Zion, where the temple stood, I erected another, and used the rod according to prediction upon my head. I don't understand that last reference, something about the prophecy that he'd been given as part of his calling. He did something that was fulfillment of his calling, but at some point, or at some place up here, there was once a pile of stones erected by Elder Hyde, and somewhere over there as well. So I'm sure they're long since gone now, but I think just a pile of stones memorial. He's certainly following the Old Testament patterns in that.